I hope that you love this. Yo. Before we start this video, you guys, you can see I'm dressing this green sari. There's an Indian holiday that's happening. I think it's called Rajo. And yeah, happy Rajo, guys. I'm not sure if that is the correct name. And I thought of why not? I thought of wearing a sari because this is pretty occasional, they're having their own festival. And then I went down to the warden, our mom, and then I told her, hey, mom, I would like to wear a sari. And she was like, oh, why not? I'll be there for you, my daughter. Come along and I'll tie you. And that's what she did to me. You can see I'm matching almost everything. Oh my goodness. I hope you can see this. Can you see this again? Yeah, I have these cornrows and yeah, I did my hair this way. So we're gonna have the part 2 of the video that we started sometimes back on, how I won a chance to go to Maryhill. If you can remember, if you watched it till the end, we got to a point where it was now already confirmed that I'll be moving to Maryhill. So we were traveling to Nairobi, me and my mom. And you guys, allow me to say that this story actually touched a lot of people. People came telling me the stories, not only Maryhill, but also other schools. Oh my goodness. So people have the stories. You cannot know what somebody has gone through unless they tell you. And that's what happened. So people, they've reached where they are, not just because of, themselves is God. Like God has done miracles. People have seen miracles. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's start. Oh, people, please subscribe to my YouTube channel in case you're new. Welcome to this new video. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Patricia. Remember to like the video, comment, tell me what you think of this video. And if you're returning subscriber, I welcome you guys. Thank you guys for always supporting my hustle. I really, really appreciate. I am humbled because there's some people when I delay to upload, all of you will be asking me, hey Patricia, why are you, taking time? Why are you not uploading new videos? And when I hear that, it just touches my heart so much because I feel maybe what I'm doing is quite impactful. And that is the whole point of having this YouTube channel. The journey has been quite long, but we're trusting the process because right now we are at 665 subscribers and it's not a joke. Allow me to say thank you guys. Thank you so much for always sharing my videos with your friends, always watching, always liking, always giving me comments in the comment section. I really appreciate that. And let's start our today's video. We'll start from, we managed to go to Nairobi, but it was pretty late. I remember we arrived in Nairobi around, past 10, and we had to have our dinner. And then the following day, we had to wake up very early in the morning. And remember, that was my very first time to go to Nairobi. So I'm seeing so much lighting because we arrived at night. And I'm like, wow, it's at night, but it looks like it's during the day, it's a day. And now I could remember what people usually tell us back in the village that, when you go to Nairobi, regardless of what time it is of the day of the night, it's always, bright, always looking like a bright day, because there's a lot of lighting. And I was like, oh my goodness, what? And then you see the what is it called? The electricity posts, the one that you see the lighting in the streets. I hope you can understand that. So I was like, oh my goodness, this place is so high. It even clicked to my mind. Somebody once made this joke that when people go to Nairobi or to cities for the first time, they'll be asking questions like, oh my goodness, do people reach this clothesline to hang their clothes? They seem to be very tall. People make fun of the the electricity wires at the top that are usually so long. People confuse them as clotheslines. So it was the same thing that was happening in my mind. But anyhow, we managed, yeah, we ate our dinner, we slept, and then the following day, it was on Thursday. That was the day that I was supposed to report to school. And oh my goodness, it was hectic. We had to travel from Nairobi to Thika. And even before that, had to do a lot of things like checking, your medical checkup, your a lot of things, going to the doctor, going to, check your weight. It was like a lot of activities happening, but we managed. Then from there, we moved to Thika, where we had to, collect my school uniform and also do the school shopping from the same shop. Let's say the socks, the uniform, the soaps, the pillows, anything that I was to require for a school, that shop had the Chania Depot. I think the guys from Maryhill, you can know what I'm talking about. And if you have a similar story, please do remember to tell me in the comment section. So we went, and having this mentality of, the village, I went with my home clothes on. So arriving to the school area, they'll do inspection, they'll check your school fee if you paid, they'll check your shopping. For me, they did not even do all these things for me. They're like, young girls, why is your Maryhill uniform? You should be dressed before coming here. And I'm like, okay, but I've always thought that you go to school wearing your home clothes, then with time oh my goodness, they'll give you their school uniform, or you'll go dress with your former primary school uniform, then they'll give you the uniform. My goodness, it was crazy. If you people have gone through the same, are you from that school whereby you'll go wearing your former primary school uniform, then after some time they give you the school uniform? Is it the same for you? Because I thought Maryhill would be the same. Not knowing Maryhill is such a high class school. You have to buy the uniform by yourself, come wearing, and they'll accept you, they'll admit you when you're fully packaged. So me and my brother and my mom, we arrived and we were told, hey, the first thing, this girl has to be in uniform. Again, that was around 5 to 6. And then, Maryhill, where Maryhill is located in Thika, during peak hours around 5, 6, it's usually having a lot of traffic jam. So imagine traveling from Maryhill back to Thika town again. My goodness, we faced a lot of jam. We arrived there, I don't know, around 7 something. We go to Chania Airport, those people are very tired because almost everybody was reporting on the same dates. They're tired, looking for my uniform. We are also very tired, and I had worn heels. Oh my goodness, it was very tiresome. And yeah, the people at Chania Airport, they managed to take care of us. And yeah, I got my uniform, went back to school again to Maryhill. That was around 9 p.m. The school teachers they all left. Nobody was in that. When you arrive, you'll find the teachers at the entrance to inspect different things. So for me, I did not even find any teacher because they had all left to home. It was late, so they had to go home and prepare for the following day. I only found the school matron Georgina. People, Mahilians, do you remember that matron? And then there is another one, matron Mary. And that was the time of Mrs. Barasa. So I remember when I came, that is the time that the preps had ended that time. So students were rushing from the school admin to the dorm section. And I was kind of confused. I was like, oh my goodness, does it mean that I'm that late? Because people are leaving the classes and they're going to sleep. And that's how it happened that I didn't get a school mom, because it's just a random girl who was called, was like, hey, take care of these students, take her to the dorm section, I was taken to main dorm, and I was given a room. Yeah. And people are trying to, in Maryhill, people are very time conscious, my friend. I arrived there, people are trying to get water, buckets, sleep, you wake up the following day. So I'm there confused. Well, I managed to get someone who helped me. But that person, I think she was in Form 4, and it was kind of chaotic for me. When you're in Form 4, you become crazy in your head. You're like, oh my goodness, time. You have to be time conscious like this. No time passes without you doing something constructive. That's why it's a national school. You really need to pass with good grades. So yeah, I arrived and experience was pretty fine. Apart from, I'd left from the village. My communication was very poor. I did not even know how to speak English. I could not even understand. I remember people used to talk to me, and the only thing, I was just sleeping. I never used to speak with anybody because I thought that, hey, these people, they judge me. And of course, I ended up being intimidated so much. Whenever I spoke, people could say, hey, she's a Kamba girl. Hey, just listen to how she's speaking. And people, especially Nairobian kids, I'm sorry to say this, they have this tendency of intimidating people who come from the village because of their accent. So whenever you shrub, they'll just laugh at you. And in my class, sorry to say that, there was this teacher, whenever I ask a question, he would tell me that I cannot even understand. Talk to your desk mate. Well, it was okay. Talk to your desk mate, then your desk mate will translate. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you're a Kenyan. At least you can connect words. Why are you like making me feel as if like I'm a what? I don't know how to speak. I can speak, but at least just listen to me. Take your time and listen to me. But when you tell me, just tell your friend, then she like every time this was so repetitive and I was kind of so uncomfortable about it. So I stopped talking like completely. I could come to class and sleep. I remember my friends could make fun of me later in my days in Maryhill and ask me, hey, did you come during the very first day when all of us came? And I'm like, oh yes. When what happened? Then they could say, because we're just getting to know your personality right now. You're such an extrovert. You're such a, you know, outspoken person. That time, why were you so quiet? I could not even tell them until later on. I was like, you guys, do you know that I could not speak English? Even my Swahili was so pathetic. Nobody could understand me. I remember I started speaking using this Coastalian accent, but yo, things were not getting okay. But it's okay. So I stayed for a while, and then I remember the first half term, I lost almost everything. I lost almost everything. My things were stolen. I lost my buckets. I lost my two towels. I lost my two face, face towels. I lost a lot of inner garments. Like, I don't know why I was losing everything. There's a lot of theft that happening. Oh my goodness. I lost everything. And those things were pretty expensive. Imagine I was wondering, how am I even going to tell my brother about this? Because he really sacrificed to get me these things, and I'm here losing everything. But anyhow, I managed until this time now about the school fee. Oh my goodness, just forget about that. Um, I Something happened. No, we were supposed to go home, and then that end term, usually they'll tell you to. So sorry for that. It was time to go home, and they'll tell you that you have to come in the school fee for the next term. So first term, second term, first term we managed to pay, but second term had not paid. So school fees started accumulating. And they're telling me that to go home and say about the school fee. And then I remember when I was reporting for second term, I asked my brother, hey, in Maryhill, they said that you should go with your school fee. And I'm like, when I told him that, he told me, hey, but you should just get ready and go to school and we'll take care of that. So when I went, they asked me about the school fee. I told them, hey, I'm not in a position to do that. My brother told me to just come to school and he'll take care of that. So we stayed. Those were the 10 days that in Maryhill people were never sent home because of school fee. We could study. So my fee started accumulating. And then, it's not small amount of money, it was a lot of money. And that was the time before things about school changed, about school fee, pay a lot of money, my goodness. So I kind of started worrying because every time they're calling my name, you're going home, that they started threatening us that you'll be sent home if you haven't paid your fee. I'm like, oh God, please don't let this happen. Going home. Going home because of school fee is never a good thing. The people who've been sent home because of school fee, that thing is not funny. Because when you go home, my goodness, you miss a lot, especially in Maryhill. Wow. If you're out of class for a day, you'll find people have covered a lot of things, and then you have to take care of that, and you have to take care of the notes that you've missed. You have to take care of the the notes of that particular day, assignments, 5 sums. It was a lot of things that so I could not even digest that thought of I'll be sent home until there was this day I saw the school dean coming to our class. Just, I think it was in the evening. Yeah, in the evening. Then he called our names, and I'm like, wow, why are we being called? So I sorry for that. Now he's coming to our class and he's calling student's name. And then I had my name being mentioned. So he said, the people that I've called, please come outside. Everybody's like, hey, what's up? This is a school dean calling us. And then, in Maryhill, when a teacher comes to call people in class, you'll be like, am I being called to face the discord? There's something that the DC, there's a place when you misbehave, they'll take you and they'll beat you so badly. And you'll have a very bad reputation in school because, every teacher will know about you. And then so I was wondering, hey, what could be happening? So, wow. We were called, and then he said, I've called you because I've seen that your school fee has been accumulating. However, or fortunately, there's an organization called AkiliDada, and it's looking for students to give them scholarships. So what you do, I'm going to give you these forms. Make sure you fill them. Then tomorrow in the morning by 8 a.m., you drop them to the secretary office, or you bring them to my office. I was like, wow, God is amazing. So we took those forms, we applied, we filled them, then we gave them. I remember the first time it backfired because that application took long before we got a response. And then the response that we found, okay, the dean came and told us that, if your applications got lost, we cannot find them anymore. So you have to apply one more time. And I was like, wow, this is already a threat if these people are not finding our application form. So what does it mean? So the second time we were given a form, this time round, he said that, okay, the first application we took like a day to check it. Now this second time one, he's telling us that you have to fill it. It's in the evening during prep time. You have to fill it. Then tomorrow in the morning, 8 a.m., you have to bring it to the secretary office. And I'm like, oh my goodness, we have assignments for that day, 5 sums, And then it's the middle of the prep. You have to go and sleep. You're tired. So I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I going to manage this? But hey, I managed. So those were the days that they could allow from force to go to the mess, to the dining hall, and chance night, revise like almost the entire night. And that's what I took that chance. I was a junior, I was in Form 1. So I was wondering if they find me, could have been have to have been punished or even told to do something big, because why was I should be sleeping? Form 1 versus Form 4. Maryhill is a strict school. It's not just an easy school. So yeah, I took my forms and then I went to the dining hall. That night, I literally spent my entire night in that hall, just that mess, applied. I even got sleepy. I slept. I woke up. I managed to apply. Wrote the essays, and I took my forms to the secretary's office. Then after some time, there was this day that it was, I think, before or after tea break. Somebody came to my room, to our class, and then this person said, Patricia Msioka, you're being called to the science room. And I'm like, wow, why am I being called? So yeah, I went to the science room. That is where the AkiliDada team had come, and they were conducting the interview from there. So I had been selected. You see, there's a list of students who had applied, and they had to select a manageable number that they can do an interview to with. So I was among the list that has been selected. And I remember the first thing I felt was, I was just so scared. It was my first time to be in an interview. It was my first time to encounter a panelist, a group of people interviewing you. And I was scared. These people are speaking conk English. You see the English that I'm speaking right now? Maybe it was like this or even more than that. So they're speaking things and I'm not understanding anything. Do you know what happened? These people had to translate every single word to me in Swahili, a language that at least I could understand. I remember one of the questions was like, what are your accomplishments so far? And I'm like, what is accomplishment? What are you talking about? I mean, what is accomplishment? So this lady explained to me in a simpler way for me to understand, actually translated. Asked me so many questions, what I would like to be when I grow up, asked things about my family, my brothers, my mom, my parents, what they do. And I think they spotted something unique in me. despite the fact that I could not express myself well fluently in English, they really saw the resilience, the determination that I had. Because wow, after me giving them that hard time to, to understand me, not being in a position to express myself, I still got the scholarship. But here, this is what happened. They told us after the interview, because today is your games day, the school program. We usually have games on Tuesday. I think that come on Tuesday. So that day we were supposed to have games from 4:30 to around 5:30 or 6, I cannot remember. Don't go anywhere, just stick around, be in this administration block in the school area. We can call you anytime. Like, okay. So it reached that time that they said they'll call us. We were not called. And I'm like, okay, funny, what is happening? Then later, after games now, they called everybody, but then they called the first bunch of girls and they entered the room. They talked to them, and then the rest of us were left outside. And then they said, no, when they were talking, when those girls left that room after they've been called first, they came out smiling. And I was wondering, okay, oh my goodness, does it mean that we've lost it? Does it mean that I didn't win the scholarship? I was devastated. I was depressed. But after they've left, we were called inside. And the first thing that I remember, her name was Veronica Baker. She said that we'd like to thank you all. So first of all, for taking part in the interview and taking your time to spend your day with us today. You see the way people usually take time. So she took long. She spoke, she spoke, she spoke. And I'm like, okay. So she's thanking us because of taking part in the interview. That's all. Till now, when she mentioned, congratulations, girls, young ladies. From today henceforth, Form 1 to Form 4 will be taking care of your school fee and will be like your guardians. Because after we finish school, after you close from school, we'll be taking you, let's say for a week, we'll be with you before you leave for your homes. And I was like, did I hear something differently? I can't believe what I heard. And it was true. We had won the scholarship. Me and the other girls who were inside that room were so happy because it was not just another thing. It was a scholarship for 4 years, Maryhill Girls Scholarship. They're paying everything for you. They're giving you shopping, and then above that, they're giving you psychosocial support. That is the mentorship session. They're giving you mentors, conferences outside to be given additional information other than the academic one. And wow, I was happy. I remember that very day, I talked to my brother Andrew, firstborn Mwendwa. Thank you so much, bro, for always, I talked to him because I tried to call Richie. I think Richie was not available. So I called Andrew, and he was like, oh, these people called me and they were trying to, I think, confirm something. And wow, when they heard that I got a scholarship, they were all happy, especially my mom. When they told my mom that day, my mom told me later on that she was having a bad day, but boy, she was happy. Trust me, she was happy. She even said, oh, I'm letting everything go. I'm just happy. Wow, God is just amazing. My daughter, hi, my daughter, hey, a 4-year scholarship. Oh no. And this was after, they struggled a lot after people are convincing them to take me to Masavi Girls, after everybody was like, oh, she can still perform regardless of the school she's in, she's a smart student. But hey, I managed. So God is amazing. God is amazing. And allow me to say thank you so much to AkiliDada for always coming through for us. Because even when I came to graduate from Maryhill, I did not even live with what is it called? Academic knowledge. There's a lot of information that I grabbed. They taught us about sexual health, consent, networking. They've given us an opportunity to attend conferences, to meet people like Malala, to meet people like Captain Koki, big people in the society. We've gotten a chance to meet. I mean, I'm telling this lady in the media, Caroline Mutoko, AkiliDada just the best, has given us an opportunity to explore a lot of things. And you people, if in case you don't know why I came to India, I just through AkiliDada. We got Faith Waseva, who is in charge of PAZA program, or I'm not sure what they're calling it right now, but yeah, she applied for us and she's still doing a good job. The whole organization is still doing a good job. I think they've started another program called Urithi, and Urithi is doing a good job in places like Turkana, Kilifi, places where girls actually deserve to go to have education because of the surrounding, financial status of their parents. They cannot afford to go to school, and AkiliDada has come through for that. So you people, in case you don't know about AkiliDada, go follow them on Twitter, go follow them on Facebook, and yeah, in case you have any donation, you'll find in their sites the places where they're asking people to donate to keep a girl in school. Trust me, AkiliDada is doing a good job. Thank you so much. Thank you, the entire team. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, for coming through. And that's how I managed my life in Maryhill. It was, I would say it would have been a rough journey, but it wasn't because of AkiliDada. God came through a lot through these people, and that's how my journey was in Maryhill. In case you have any question, please do remember to ask me in the comment section. And also tell me about your journey in the school that you went, in the high school that you went. Tell me, how has it been for you? How has God been miraculous to your life? I'd love to hear your journey. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I really love you guys. Appreciate for watching my YouTube video.